Peter Paraoni.
Tēnā no koe, Mr. Speaker. Tēnā no hoki tātou e noho nei I roto te whare e te wānei. E tuake tēnei ki te tautoko ngā mihi ngia o aku tuakana mai te rōpū reipa. Tautoko hoki ngā mihi ki tēnā o ngā rangatira o te haukāinga e rangi e riki. Nā tā mea, kei runga I a kourua I taka mai tēnei rākau I kawe atu ki te wā ko tauke tēnei kreme. Tā rere ngā mihi hoki kia kourua. Tino kota hari o te ngākau kia kite atu I a koutou e noho tahi nei ki ngā kaimahi o te krauna. He tohu pai tēnā. Nā reira, mo tēnā kei te tautoko ngā mihi ngia e nā o ngā kaikoro ki te minita. Nā reira, tēnā koutou. Mr. Speaker, I acknowledge the presence of a couple of representatives from those iwi upon which this particular bill affects. Now, we heard from the chairman of the Maori Affairs Select Committee that this is the second largest bill to come before the House in terms of the number of pages, almost 600. I'm just hoping that the quantum equates to that as well. And I'm not quite sure whether in fact it will. But I have to put in a plug for my relatives of the far north. We have heard about the poor socio-economic status of the far north, and this settlement will go a long way to addressing that. But having said that, I hope that this settlement is not seen as an opportunity for the Crown not to meet its responsibilities to its citizens. And it does concern me a little bit when we read about the comments that are made in the local press about how good this will be for the economy and all that. But I just want to make the point that people should not see this as being the panacea of solving the economic solutions of the far north. Mr. Speaker, this bill does embrace claims from a number of iwi, and although reference has been made to one iwi who have yet to settle their claims, and I just want to say to the Minister that comments like standing or operating or viewing the settlement from the ivory tower certainly would not help the road to resolution between the Crown and that particular iwi. And I say it because I know of the personalities involved, and I say that with respect. But having said that, and to see representatives of the North, I'm mindful of those people, those elders who I had the privilege of meeting and listening to the counsel that they gave when I started out in my public service career, Mr. Speaker. And as I talk in this House at this time, I can see them, and I know that they're very happy to see that that we've come to this stage in the history of this claim. Now, Mr. Speaker, when the Maori Affairs Select Committee met in Kaitaia, without exception, everyone, we heard from submitters that they wanted to settle. Not because the quantum was right, not because the terms of settlement were what they agreed to, but because it had taken 30 years to reach this stage. And I just wanted to place on record, on behalf of the claimants, that in getting to this stage of the history of their claim, that while they're frustrated about not getting the their full entitlement. They do accept that given the time that has taken to get to this point in the history of this claim, that they needed to move on. And I just say on behalf of them, their concern that was articulated at those hearings. Mr. Speaker, no doubt the people of Te Hiku have extended their arm, their hand to the Crown. And I made reference to that during the first reading, where I referred to a waiata that is synonymous to the people of the North. Toro mai tō ringa. Extend your arm, and they've certainly done that in accepting this bill, knowing full well that this settlement will go nowhere near to fulfilling what a lot of us would consider their entitlement. Mr. Speaker, in just reviewing some of the submissions, the issues that were raised, the submitters felt that the settlement process was unjust. Treaty partnership had yet to be realized. Of course, the process was unnecessarily long. They thought that the co-governance and treaty-based partnership may be under-resourced. Clause 577, the meaning of Te Rarawa, as defined by the bill, does not reflect changes believed to have been made by Te Ihutai Hapu in the Te Rarawa's settlement. And we've heard references to that particular hapu and their claim for the Kohukohu police station to be returned to them. Now, Mr. Speaker, we shouldn't be surprised at the position that Te Ihutai took in this matter, and we should not be surprised in the position that Te Rarawa took in this matter, because it really is a case of mana whenua. It's the land upon which the police station stands is the defining matter that determines which tribe has mana whenua. And I can understand Te Ihutai wanting to acknowledge their Ngāpuhi ancestry, and by seeing the possible return of the police station to them under the Te Rarawa settlement may indicate to generations to come that that part of the Hokianga is in fact Te Rarawa land. But Mr. Speaker, I just want to make comment about the board for Te Oneroa or Tohe. I think that it reflects and represents the people of the North, and any criticism that may have been labelled against it by a sitting councillor, I think was just politicking on the part of that particular council. But Mr. Speaker, I can't say enough in terms of commending this bill to the House, and to say that we will certainly be supporting it to the next stage of its towards legislation. Kia ora.
Madam